Hello everyone, welcome to another TinkerCad tutorial video. Today I'm going to show you how to make this specific ball here. Happy holiday season if you are watching this during the holiday season. If not, this is a really beginner friendly task that you can do. It's super easy, you'll love it, you'll learn so much. Alright, let's get started. So what we want to do is let's make the circle of our ball. So we'll grab the cylinder which is here, and what we want to do is we want to change that to 70 by 70. So we'll just tap on the 20 there, 70 by 70. Now I did go through this in my other video, so if you've come from my other video you can just skip through to the Christmas tree and the stars and the text, but if not, keep watching. What we want to do here is we need to make this smaller. So we want to go 65 by 65, just so that we can keep the edge of the circle. That's all we need. Make that a little bit higher. Forgot to say this, we need to drop it down to 2 millimeters. Whoops, the height to 2 millimeters. And what we need to do is we need to center these two. So highlight it and we align it, and we'll pop it in the center there. Perfect. And then let's just drop it a little bit so it gets a full hole. Highlight it and group. Perfect. And now what we want to do, let's get the font. So the website that I like to use is 1001 Free Fonts. And with the font, you've got to make sure that it's attaching. So if I look at my name, the H and the A is not really attached, but I can see that the H is attached to my ball ring. So that's okay. And the rest of the letters are all attached, and that H on the end will hold up the rest of the letters. So I'd recommend to find a font that has a little bit of curl to it and that it's attached. So flick through it. There's heaps of themes and categories. Find one that you like. And what I do is once we go back, so if we zoom out, we want to import it. So with TinkerCad, there's not many options for text. So what we need to do then, you download the font that you like. So this will be a custom font. Then you need to find a converter. So the file that you'll be downloading is what's called a TTF. And we need to convert that to an SVG. So just Google any TTF to SVG converter. Pop your file in there, it will convert it for you. Once you've done all that, go back to your file, and we want to search the shape. So we go here and we just search up text, and you'll see a blue one. There it is there. And this one's called custom text, custom font text. And this is where we can upload our own. So what we do is we go choose a file. And this is the one that I've chosen here. Press open. And this can take a bit of time to load, but you'll notice that your text will change to the font that you've chosen. There we are. And now once that's done, you can put in anything you like in the text box. So I'm just going to put my name. And again, this may take a bit of time. Perfect, here we are. And then what we want to do to make it smaller, I'm just going to change the height to 2 millimeters. Now you don't want to just grab the corners and move it around, only because it will change the shape. So we'll just press Command Z to undo that. What you want to do is hold down Shift and then push it down, so then it will keep its shape. So it will not change. And then what we want to do, we can drag it into our ball ring here. It looks like I do need to make it a bit bigger, so I'll hold down Shift. Perfect. So I want the H to touch the ring, and I need the other side of the H to touch it as well. So what I'll do, I might just lengthen it a little bit there. Perfect. So if I look at it now, you can see that it's attached. All right, what we want to do now is we want to make the Christmas tree. So what we want to do is grab the roof. Perfect. And then turn to the side and let's flip that 90 degrees. Perfect. Zoom in a bit. Let's change the height to 2 millimeters. Perfect. And then we can just make it a little bit bigger. So hold down shift so we can keep the shape. There we are. And then what we want to do is we want to grab another triangle so we can duplicate that. Press the duplicate button, pop it down there. And we want to align it just in the middle. Might make that one a little bit bigger. Okay, and we want to align it. Just make sure that they're in the middle. Perfect. And then what I can do there is I can group that one. Perfect. And now what I want to do is I'll grab a box, push that down, make it skinnier, just so that we can attach it to the ball. There we are, make that 2 millimeters. And then I can attach it here. And you want it touching a little bit. There we are. And let's align it in the middle. Excellent. Let's highlight it and we'll group it again. Now we can see here that it's definitely going to be far too big. So hold down shift again, make it smaller. Okay, and maybe let me just move this one closer. Here we are. And let's pop that one here. And we don't want it going too low, so we just go a little bit higher. Perfect. And then what we want to do is we want to highlight it and we need to align it. Make sure that's in the middle. Very nice. And then what we want to do, let's go to top view. That's looking really good. Let's make our stars. I think I've made this one a bit bigger, but yeah, you can make it smaller or bigger if you like. Now this star is quite big. I'm just going to hold down shift, make it smaller. Change it again to 2 millimeters. Okay, and I'm just going to pop it on the side here. I'm going to rotate it. So you might need to zoom in to get to the rotation. There it is there. And we're just going to make sure that the pointy bits of the stars are touching the edges, which they are. Yep, excellent. And then I'm just going to duplicate that. Pop it onto the next side here. Rotate it again. Perfect. And then if you hold down shift on both of them, you can align them to be directly in the middle. So it's nice and center. Very nice. That is looking good. And then all we need to do is just make our little handle there so it can sit on the tree. I like to grab the Taurus. Change that again, 2 millimeters. And then we pop that down here. And we're just going to make sure it's touching again so it's attached. Because if you 3D print it, it will not work if it's not attached. Perfect. You can even just have a look at the side view there. Yep, that's looking good. And we want to align that one as well. Just make sure it's sitting nice and center. So this one here. Oh, no. Oops. Let me do that again. Align. Perfect. Nice and center. And let's group the whole thing together now. So highlight the whole thing. Group it. Change the color if you like. And that's it. We are done. That is how to make your very own Christmas bauble. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave it in the comments. More than happy to help you out. Thank you so much for watching. And if you are watching this during the holiday season, happy holidays. Thank you very much.